Just imagine, as you probably have, when you look at some of today's technology and all that, how far is it going to go in its effects on people and their relationships, on your day-to-day life. This is kind of the premise of Black Mirror, which some of the episodes, reportedly not the first couple of seasons, are on Netflix, and it's become easily one of my favorite shows that I'd never seen before. First of all, last episode I saw called Nosedive was kind of reminiscent of an episode of the first season of The Orville. The Orville episode was called Majority Rule, and it kind of is the same kind of theme in a 25th century outer space context as Nosedive, in which we see that how social media, we see what if social media really kind of almost took over the world, like sci-fi often imagines what if artificial intelligence took over the world, computers and robots and all that. Or what if we made technology more lifelike and anthropomorphized, etc., etc. And both episodes were completely different, but I mean it was the same idea, and the writers of each of the shows ran with it. So all the episodes I've seen of Black Mirror so far, they've all been at least decent. They've all been at least pretty good. The first one I saw called USS Callisto. Of course, a big part of it is a Star Trek parody, and the star who kind of imagines what through virtual reality, if he was Captain Kirk, he kind of does a smooth job of channeling Bill Shatner's Captain Kirk. I understand a lot of the parodies, they over exaggerate it and all that, but his smoothness is subtle and amusing enough. So it's very, that episode has a very colorful virtual reality parody of Star Trek. And there's also the episode Metalhead, which has been considered one of the worst episodes of Black Mirror. It's shot in black and white, which is kind of cool. Kind of stands out that way. And there it deals with these sort of robot attack dogs that even can shoot these special advanced bullets. I can understand one complaint I have is that nothing really seemed really explained. They kind of they do suggest that it might be a post-apocalyptic type of thing. And I guess the ending is supposed to be ironic, which it kind of is, but it's not a particularly great final twist, but I guess it was supposed to be some kind of ironic twist at the end. So also there was an episode that mothers might relate to if they even want to watch it, called Archangel, dealing with a near future piece of technology, kind of helping a mother keep track of her child, because she was trying to make up for a mistake she made early on that any mother could have made early on in the episode. And so you can see for yourself what other mistakes she makes. Like maybe she has PTSD about it or something. So actually Black Museum is an understandably popular episode of Black Mirror too. And it was well done, and it's disturbing and kind of deliberately cringeworthy. And there's certainly a twist in the last few minutes, dealing with justice and vengeance and sadism, actually. So yeah, very interesting twist towards the end. And the acting and the casting are good too. And there's kind of a love story episode about a dating service that seems to be a pain in the butt for a lot of the characters, and it's kind of some. It was a pretty darn good episode too, and fortunately, it wasn't too predictable for me. So basically, the whole idea is that Black Mirror kind of forces you to think what would happen if you had certain kind of technology that's supposed to make your life better, but it actually ruins the lives of the characters. And some of the technology, all or most of society has, and some of the technology a few people have, and another way it focuses on, the main characters of each particular episode. And I understand the show was created, I believe, by in the United Kingdom. So some episodes, it's all English accents, and many of the episodes, it's Americans. Once in a while, there's a Brit, etc., etc. But this show, it's amazing as a writer. It's amazing to see how they keep coming up so far with what they keep coming up with. It's like, it's not too predictable. It's kind of dark humored. It's kind of depressing and disturbing sometimes. And the content is intense. Many episodes will have at least a brief sex scene or something like that. And some people are kind of foul-mouthed from time to time. But if you haven't got a problem with that, I'd certainly recommend it. Just to see another good science fiction anthology. It isn't real super far out. It's just the whole idea is it's kind of near future. Sort of like Max Headroom was 20 minutes into the future. That could have even been an episode of Black Mirror. So I look forward to seeing many more episodes and seeing what they come up with. It's kind of made a splash with other science fiction fans because it's so well done. So anyway, that's maybe not going real in depth, but that is my kind of summary review of what I've seen as a whole so far, and I'd strongly recommend it for science fiction fans that don't mind that a lot of the episodes are kind of rated R or PG-13. So it's on Netflix, but the first 2 or 3 seasons are reportedly not on Netflix. So the very first episode, the Star Trek parody, USS Callister, is not the pilot episode. It was the first episode of season 3 or 4. So anyway, give it a shot if you have time, to escape from your day-to-day life. Of course, it shows how, depending on your day-to-day life, how the near future could be even worse than your day-to-day life. So if you don't think it's going to be too depressing, it is amusing often. But, it could be kind of grim and all that. So if you don't have a problem with that, just give it a chance. So this is George saying ciao.